Hey, what's going on, guys? We're gonna do another all signs reading. Figured I haven't been live in a while, so give her a rep. Who's all out there? I didn't see any people on tonight. I usually get stuck watching other people. Hey, what's going on? Manuela. Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for the support. Appreciate you stopping by. So what's up tonight? What's going on, Manuela? How's your night going? Yeah, like I said, I figured it's been a while since I've been on, so. Hey, Elizabeth. What's up? Oh, I've been pretty good. Been a little hectic lately with the whole new moon. What's up, Rob? What's up, Rob? Not that I feel like we're the only Canadians on here, Rob. That's okay, though. What's everybody up to tonight? Yeah, like I said, I usually don't get on because I end up getting stuck in somebody else's channel and watching them and hanging out. So, but I figured nobody's on tonight. Good night to try. Get out there and get it done. Give myself a kick in the ass. All right, well, let's get started. Let's start with Aries. What do we have for Aries? What Aries need to see? All right. So first thing I see we've been kind of feeling a little defeated lately. I feel like you've been waiting around for something. You know, you had your eye on something. Three wands. I feel like you had your eye on something, and now you're just waiting to see what happens. But you're feeling a little bit. You know, you're feeling like it's not coming as quickly as you thought it would. You know, I feel like it is coming, though. I feel like you made the right call. I got the Judgment card. I feel like you've been waiting for, you know, you waiting is not really, you know, it hasn't paid off yet, but I feel like it will. With the Ace of Pentacles. And I feel like, you know, you just got to take a leap of faith and just hold on a little bit longer. I feel like it's going to come. What you've been waiting for is coming around. You know, I feel like you've been waiting for a little bit of, you know, stability, you know, starting something that actually means something. I feel like you've been, like I said, you feel like you're waiting on something that ain't going to happen, but I feel like it is going to happen. You know, I also get the Family card. So I feel like the stability you've been waiting for is coming, but you just need to be patient. And I also get the Temperance card. So I feel like it's just a matter of, you know, having patience and waiting for it to happen, because it is going to happen. It's just sometimes things don't happen as quickly as we want them to. But I mean, just don't give up on it. Um, you know, don't get impatient. Good things come to those who wait. So, I mean, that's just a case of that here. But I feel like it is coming. I got the Ace of Pentacles, so I feel like the offer that you wait for is coming, but you just gotta be patient. And so my advice is don't give up on what you want. I feel like you want something, you've been waiting for it, and don't settle. Don't you know, d- like the Judgment card is telling me that you made the right call. So you just gotta wait, and just keep waiting. I don't feel like you're gonna be waiting too much longer because I got the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like an offer is coming. So you just need to wait. You know what I mean? So Leo, I feel like sometimes we get impatient. We wait for something and we think, oh, are we waiting for it? But like the Judgment card is telling me that you made the right call. Don't give up on what you want. I feel like sometimes people, things don't happen as quickly as we want them to, but that doesn't mean they're not going to happen. It just means that it's taking its time. But be patient because it is coming. Yeah, so that's what I got for Aries. Taurus. Manuel, you're an Aries. Yeah, sometimes you feel like you've been waiting forever, but like I said, waiting is part of the game sometimes. Just be patient though. It is gonna work out. Like I do see a new offer coming. Oh, you're a Virgo. Right on. So Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? I got some artwork for the wall. I gotta put that up. I had a guy tell me it was like an interrogation room. So yeah, I gotta do that. 2 more shovels for Taurus. Okay, so I feel like you're wrapped up in something right now. I feel like something's got you, feeling stuck. But I feel like you're having a lot of late nights just thinking about this, and I feel like you feel like you're stuck. But I feel like it's a matter of you got to have the will to move forward. I feel like the reason you feel like you're stuck is you know what I mean. You're just having a hard time deciding. Um, but I feel like it is coming, and I feel like you're gonna leave this person that's whoever's got you in your own head thinking about you know feeling like you're stuck with this person is not gonna help. I do feel like you're gonna get that with the Temperance card. I feel like you're gonna have that moment where you just realize that you're not stuck. You there's free will. You can do what you want, and I feel like you're gonna move forward. I feel like a lot of with the Chariot card, I feel like you're gonna move forward and you're gonna get out of the situation that you're in right now. And I feel like right now the reason you're stuck is because you don't want to leave that person left out in the cold. But I feel like this person hasn't been um, the six of Pentacles. I feel like this person hasn't been sharing themselves with you, and they haven't been giving you what you've been giving them. So it comes a time where you gotta decide whether you're gonna move forward for yourself or you're gonna stay stuck. And I feel like right now you're choosing to stay stuck because you're worried about this other person. But you got to think about yourself first. And I feel like when you do think about yourself, there's going to be new movement. And it's just a matter, like I said, you're going to move forward. You just got to move forward from this person that's holding you back, because there comes a time when you don't really, you got to decide what's best for you. I mean, yeah, it's nice to, care about other people. I mean, that's important, but what makes you happy is going to resonate through your whole life. So if you're unhappy, eventually they're going to be unhappy. So the best thing the best thing you can do is decide, this hasn't been for you. You're spending way too much energy on this person because they're not giving to you. They're not giving you what you want. You're the only one giving. And I feel like when you do realize that it's time to move forward, we get the star card. So I feel like, I feel like you are on the right track, and I feel like it's going to come soon where you realize that, it's not doing this person any good. You're not going to leave them out in the cold. I mean, they had their chance and they weren't doing the right thing. So you gotta realize what's best for you. And what's best for you is to move forward and not worry about this person anymore, because this person, like I said, they weren't sharing. They weren't giving you what you needed. And the longer you stay with this person, the more you're going to be unhappy. And then eventually, you're both going to be unhappy. And that's not beneficial to anybody. So my advice is, take a moment and think about what you want. And, if this person is what you want, then you need to come forward and tell them this is what they need to do. And if they're not willing to do that, then you need to move on. Like the Chariot card, you got to move on. So yeah, like just do what's best for you. If you're happy, your life's gonna be happy. If you're unhappy, everybody around you is gonna be unhappy, and that's not productive for anybody. You want to do what you can, the best of your ability, to make yourself happy. Because when you're happy, then every relationship you're in is gonna have that fair chance to be happier. But if you're unhappy, then how can somebody else be happy with you if you're not happy with yourself? So that's the advice I have for you. So Geminis, what do we have for Geminis? Hey Vicky. Hey Jillian. TJ. What's up? Jan. Hey Jan. What do we have for Geminis? Let's do one more. I'll try, Jan. I will try. But I'll be honest, I can't. I think I've had a habit of trying to make everything a little bit better by being easy, but I feel like the best way to do it is just be straightforward and blunt. Right now, Manuel, I just Western. I've been reading into other forms, but I'm gonna handle on this one first. All right, yeah. Okay, first thing is I get the Page of Cups. So I feel like you're kind of just, I feel like an offer's been made. Yeah, okay. So I get the Ace of Cups. So I feel like an offer's been made or is going to be made. And I feel like you're going to kind of sit on it for a bit. You're not going to be, you're going to be patiently, thinking about it. because you're not quite sure if it's for you. Um, I feel like you're not willing to jump into something without some kind of, you want to know what it's about. You want to observe, and you kind of want to, see how this, because you're not looking to jump into something that doesn't mean anything. So you want to make sure that you're jumping into the right thing. You don't want to, you know, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. So I feel like there's other offers, but this one has caught your eye, and I feel like you're not giving up on the offer. It's not like you're gonna take the offer. You're just gonna think about it for a bit. You're gonna think about whether or not it's for you. Because like I said, you're not willing to jump into something that's gonna be a month relationship, 2 month relationship, or just a year. You want something that's gonna be long term. Um, but I feel like that offer that has been made, I feel like I feel like you are gonna get together with them, and you are gonna move forward with that person. But I feel like you just have to have a little bit of faith. You gotta have faith in other people. You gotta realize that you're never gonna get what you want unless you take a chance. So I feel like the fool card, you just gotta take that chance. Um, but like I said, I feel like you may have more than one offer. There's gonna be one that's gonna stick out to you, but like I said, you're gonna be cautious at first because you're gonna wonder why would I jump into this? You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna want to. That's why it's confusing when you have more than one offer because you're like, which one should I take? But I feel like there is one you're leaning toward. But I feel like you're just you're gonna, you know, like I said, you're gonna be patient and you're gonna see how it works out. I feel like you're just trying to get a feel for the person. Um, but my advice is, just take that leap because I feel like the only way you're going to move forward is by taking the leap. So I feel like sometimes we gotta go with what feels right. I mean, sometimes our judgment is off, but I feel like most times if we listen to our intuition, it's going to lead us in the right direction. But just make sure that you have all your ducks in line and make sure that you know where you want to go and make sure that this person wants to go that same direction. And I feel like I said, I feel like there's multiple offers, and that's why there's going to be multiple offers. So you don't want to make the wrong choice because the wrong choice just means another wasted time with another person. But I feel like one of them's going to stick out to you, and you know, do your due diligence and do check them out, but don't wait too long. My advice is to, like I said, the Fool card is saying, take that leap. So don't be hesitant. Don't wait too long. Take your time, but don't take forever. That's what I have for Geminis. Cancer. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, you're confused. What do we have for Cancers? Bugging to talk. Need. Yeah, I mean, like, especially as people get older, we start realizing that we don't have time for these little, silly relationships that don't mean anything. We want something with meaning. But it's always good to, like, what I always try to do. I know it's been a while since I had to do this, but what I always try to do in a new relationship or a new interest, I always try to see how they are with other people. It gives me an indication because when they like you, they're obviously going to be nice to you. But how they act with other people is what you really want to see. So what do we have for Cancers? What do we have for Cancer? Okay. So I feel like you recently met somebody or you're gonna meet somebody. And I feel like, it's I feel like it's gonna be during some kind of get together, you're gonna meet somebody. Um and I feel like, I got the page once. So I feel like this person is not who they're gonna put off as. They're gonna seem like a viable offer, but I feel like they're just playing. They are just saying the right things. Um, I feel like I said, you're gonna meet them at a get together, and or just like with amongst friends, you're gonna meet this person, but this person is gonna act like they want something, but I got the hangman in reverse as well, so I feel like they're not willing to sacrifice. They're not willing to sacrifice their single life. I feel like they're going to tell you that they are. I feel like that you're going to put in a bunch of work. You're going to put in work to try to change their minds. But I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like they're not. They're not going. There's not going to be any forward movement. And I feel like you're going to be in your head a lot over this person. I feel like you're going to be wondering what you can do to make this person commit to you. But I don't feel like this person is going to go. I don't feel like it's going anywhere. I feel like you're going to end up losing. You're going to end up losing time wasting on this person. With the hangman, they're not willing to sacrifice that freedom. And I also get the devil card. So I feel like this person is just going to be a burden on you. They're just wasting your time. I don't feel like there's anything here that tells me that they're willing to give up their independence. I mean, it's just not a right fit. I feel like if you're just looking for a good time, yeah, but I see you trying to put in, like I said, I feel like you're gonna try to put in some work and try to change their mind, and I feel like you're gonna be in your head a lot about it, like I said, but they're not willing to sacrifice, and I feel like at the end of the day, it's just gonna be a burden. They're gonna hold you back from the person that you were meant to meet because you're gonna spend time with these people. I feel like sometimes we meet people and we want more from them than they're willing to offer, and you can't change people's minds. Like sometimes you can, but I feel like this person has no interest. Like I feel like the more time you waste on this person, it's just going to be a matter of you know more time you could have spent looking for somebody that had some meaning. But I mean, if you're looking for a one night stand, that's your person. But I mean, I don't really feel like that's what you want. Um, you know, it happens a lot when people meet other people. They really want to be that person. That person doesn't want to be with them, and the first person is just putting in all the work. That they're going out of their way to be super nice, to do things for them, to contact them, and they're not getting it reciprocated. But they keep trying. I mean, some people just play hard to get, but I don't feel like this person's playing hard to get. I feel like they're just not. They're not willing to give. Like they're not willing to give up their single life, and that's not somebody you want in your life. So that's my advice. You know, when you meet this person, if they're a smooth talker, um, if they're saying all the right things to get what they want, just remember that's what they're doing. Not saying everybody you're gonna meet is gonna do that, but I really feel like and I'm getting a fire sign, so maybe watch out for that. But just use your intuition, listen to the universe. The universe is gonna tell you, and when you're not getting the right vibes, just realize that that's not the right person and move forward. Leo. Yeah, for Leo. At the end, 30 if you want to ask, I'll do that for you. We have for Leo. Leo needs to know. Ooh. Hey, Lonnie. What's up? Whatever, Leo. stressful here, Leon. Oh, snap. So, first thing, strength card. I feel like, like I said, I feel it before. I feel like there's something you're waiting on. And I feel like, it's taken a lot of strength for you to wait for this person, like for this offer that happened. I feel like, you've had other offers, but you're just not willing to take those offers because there's something that you're waiting on. I feel like you're not willing to move forward. You're bound to determine that this is going to work out, and you're not willing to give up on that at all. But I feel like they're just biding their time. I feel like that person is just kind of waiting to see what happens. Waiting to know. I feel like they're just trying to get to know you. I feel like they're not willing to give you any answers because they're just still kind of figuring out what you're all about. Like I said, I feel like you've been waiting for a while, and it's taken you a lot of strength. I feel like it's taken a lot of strength to like pass up all these other opportunities for this one person because you're not sure what they're going to say. You're not sure if they're going to take you up on your offer. But I feel like you shouldn't walk away. I feel like it's something that you should wait for. I got the Magician, so I feel like something is going to happen very shortly with this. I feel like they are gonna. I feel like they are gonna reach out and communicate back, and then I feel like I said, I feel like they're just not willing to jump into a relationship until they know the person, and I feel like they're just trying to get to know you. So just put like for right now, just keep being strong, keep being patient. I feel like it's just a matter of like the universe is telling me you shouldn't walk away. So don't walk away. I feel like they are going to come back to you. They are going to get a hold of you. They are going to reach out but right now they're just kind of, I get the impression that right now they're just kind of like the player card again. So I feel like that's what they were. They're not really sure if they want to give that up quite yet. They're just kind of thinking about it. They're on the fence, but I feel like they are going to reach out to you, and it is going to move. They are going to want to move forward with you. But like I said, you just got to be strong and keep being patient. Keep waiting for that person. Because I feel like I said, sometimes it's hard for people to give up their independence. It's hard for people to commit to a relationship because they spend so much time, being single. I feel like they just want to, sometimes when you're in independence, it's a matter of you got your life. When you're independent, you got your life all sorted out. You're the only person you depend on. And in order to let somebody else in, it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of, they really got to think about it. And I feel like that's all they're doing right now. I feel like, when you're independent, you don't have to answer to anybody. You don't have to, make that last phone call at night. You don't have to, make plans with that person, and you don't have to let that person know you're going anywhere. And it's just hard to give that up. You know what I mean? It's hard to, but I feel like they are going to give it up. I feel like they are going to commit to you. I feel like they're going to reach out and let you know that they do want to be with you. And I feel like, so it is going to go your way. It's just, you got to keep being strong like that. Just like the lion, just keep being strong, but be patient because it is coming. But like I said, they're just player cards. Sometimes it tells me that it's just about independence, and it's about the fact that they're not really sure if they're willing to give up their independence. But I feel like they're on the fence right now, but I do feel like they are going to lean toward, giving you a chance. So my advice is just to hang in there and take your time. He's always yeah, because sometimes you get like I said, you gotta be like, it's a hard choice to give up that independence, especially when you've been independent for a while. I feel like they've been on their own for a while, so that's the only reason they're giving you a hard time right now and making you wait, is because they have been, an individual for a while. So they just, but I mean, they're getting there. And like I said, I see with the Eight of Wands, they are going to reach out to you. So you're not going to wait for nothing. So that's what I got for Leos. Virgo. Manuel, you still here? Hey, Casey. Mr. Rooney. Hey, Whitby. Wittavit, 17. What do we have for Virgo? I feel like, like with the Leo reading, it might be just a matter of this new moon, this hunter moon that's out. Got everybody all twisted. It is pretty cool though. I was out last night and I got some pretty good shots with my camera. I'll post them sometime. But yeah, it's got everybody kind of at a sorts a little bit, I'd say. Virgo, what do we have for Virgo? One more shuffle. Okay, I'm gonna do that again. One more. Yeah, actually, well, Casey, I was actually taking a picture of the leaves. Our maple trees are all red and orange and yellow. It's one of my favorite times of year. It's pretty. Like all the trees are very pretty. Like we have this one tree right outside our house. It's like a blood red, the leaves on it. And then right behind it's like this orange, like bright pumpkin orange color, and then there's a yellow one. It's one thing good about living this part of the world. Virgo. See, what I like to do is what I do with my shuffling, I don't read the cards until the shuffle feels right. There we go. Sorry, I just keep shuffling until it feels right. Okay. So first thing I see is I see you walking away. I feel like you recently walked away. I feel like this has already happened or it's going to happen. Or like, I feel like it's either just happened or you're really thinking about it and it's going to happen here right away. I feel like you're just on the fence right now, but I feel like you are going to walk away. I feel like you've been trying to work on something, but they're not putting in the work. Like they're not giving you anything. I feel like right now, look at the five of cups. I feel like they're not putting in work with you because they're thinking about something else. They're not seeing the opportunity that you're giving them. They're looking back at something that they had, something that they're thinking about is holding them back. I feel like they're not seeing the opportunity that you're giving them, and I feel like, like I'm getting this a lot today. I feel like they're waiting for they're waiting for something, and you're getting sick of it. You're getting sick of waiting. You're getting sick of them waiting to let you know what's going on, but they're waiting for something. I don't feel like, I don't feel like, I feel like that's going to come to an end though. And I feel like they are going to make, forward movement with you. I feel like I said, with the temperance of the card, I feel like everybody's kind of out of balance right now. And, I feel like if they don't make that, decision really soon, I feel like you're going to walk away. I feel like you've already been thinking about it. And if you haven't already, but I feel like they are going to come around and they are going to realize that, you are a better option, and you're willing to give them something that this other person that they've been thinking about isn't. And like I said, I feel like it's just a matter of time. I feel like they're not seeing, like with the Five of Cups, they're looking at these opportunities that aren't really going to go anywhere, but they're not looking at the opportunities that they have. And I feel like you're giving them, you're giving the offer, you're giving them an offer that's very, you're being very genuine with your offer, and they're just not willing to see that right now. And I feel like, my advice for all that is basically just tell them you ain't sticking around, So either they make up their mind what they want, or you're gonna move on. Because I feel like you want something. I feel like you want a family. And if this person isn't willing to give you 100%, then they ain't worth your time. Never accept what somebody's giving you. Don't just accept something because you feel like that's all you deserve. Because when you accept something, a half-ass effort from somebody else, what else can you expect? You can only expect a half-ass effort if you accept it. You want somebody to give you 100%, and if they don't, then move on. There's way too many people out there that are good people that have been waiting for the same things you're waiting for. So if this one person isn't giving you what you want, move on. But I do feel like they are going to come around. But I mean, it's just a matter of whether or not you want to be second tier. I feel like if you do stay with this person and you do wait and see what what they're going to decide, you're accepting a second place. And I don't feel like anybody should ever be a second place. I feel like they're waiting to see what another person is doing. I feel like maybe there's somebody else in their life, and they're waiting to see what's up with that person to give you an answer. And I don't think that's fair to you, and I don't think you should accept it. Hey, what's up, Jesse? Hey, Christy. But yeah, so don't ever accept anything if it doesn't feel right. I feel like you just got my advice on this. Listen to your intuition. What feels right? Don't think about it in any other sense at all. Just think about what feels right and whether or not you're willing to wait. I feel like they are going to come around, but just tell them. This is my advice is straight up tell them. You want me, you want me. You don't, you don't. That's it. Simple as that. Yeah. Don't ever accept second place because you'll always feel like second place. You want somebody that puts you first, period. And if you don't, like there's so many people out there that are just like, they're willing to accept whatever they accept because they feel like that's what they deserve. If you feel like you deserve second place, why would you ever get first? So it's about how you feel. So it's basically comes down to that. If you're okay with being in second place, then it is what it is. Exactly, Jesse. Hey, Kimberly. But yeah, like I had a relationship a long time ago, not to drag this on anymore, but I had a relationship a long time ago, and I remember this girl. I was telling this girl that I had to break up with her. I was like, I got to break up with you. I don't know what I want, but I've had feelings for somebody else, and it's not fair to you. And she wouldn't allow me to break up with her. And I was like, why would you want to be with somebody that wasn't sure? Like, you know what I mean? And I felt bad because I just, she was a good friend. And I think that's why she got confused, because we had a good friendship. But you got to know when to separate a friendship from a romantic relationship. Just because you got a good friendship doesn't mean you should be in a relationship. I mean, people are always worried they're going to lose somebody, but people that you lose were meant to be lost. People that stay around forever are people that are meant to stay around. But you gotta you got to surround yourself with good vibes, because if you don't, then what do you got left? But anyway, I'll stop rambling, because I think you get the point. So Libra. Hey Melissa, what's up? What's good? We have for Libra. I'm not saying if you're with somebody, I mean, you're not always, just because you feel second place doesn't mean you're not second place to them, but I mean, sometimes it's obvious. And nobody deserves to be second place. If you accept second place now, I mean, I guarantee you one day you will realize that isn't what you wanted, and it's going to be a waste of time. Why waste your time? Why waste your time? Why waste their time? All right, Libra. Okay, so what I got for Libra is I feel like you recently just walked away from a relationship. I feel like they broke your heart. I feel like they were dragging you down, and you decided one day you're like, I'm gonna walk away. And I feel like it broke your heart to do that. I feel like they just weren't giving you what you needed. I feel like you wanted a foundation. You wanted, it to evolve into something meaningful. And I feel like right now you're just feeling a little defeated because this heartbreak has got you down. I feel like you did the walking away though. I feel like you walked away because you just weren't, it was a loveless relationship. It had you feeling defeated. And I feel like it did break your heart because you really did. You did envision yourself with this person. You envisioned something meaningful with this person. Sometimes we get in relationships and we see the relationship going farther than it was meant to go. And I feel like this wasn't meant to go the distance. And I feel like, it's gotten you feeling, a little like defeated. I feel like it's got you feeling weak, but I feel like, it was the end of the cycle. It was meant to end. I feel like it was meant to happen. You did the right thing walking away, because what I do see here is I see somebody coming to you very shortly, reaching out to you, and I feel like they're going to make you an offer, and it's going to be, I feel like they've been watching you for a while, and I feel like they want a foundation, and I also get the Hierophant, so I feel like there's going to be, something strong here. I feel like, the Hierophant can be a union. So I feel like this person that's going to make you the offer, they want all the things that you want. And they're legitimately going to come out and tell you this is what they want. And like I said, sometimes we close the door on things and it breaks our heart to do that, but it's for best because it comes around. Like I said, if you didn't walk away from this person, you wouldn't have all these new opportunities. And this new person, like, all these are telling me that you're going to get what you wanted. So sometimes it's tough to walk away, but sometimes it's the right thing to do. And in your case, I also get the star. So I feel like I said, I feel like right now it sucks and you're feeling a little down, but very shortly somebody's going to reach out to you. And it's going to be somebody who's going to make you a love offer. Somebody already has. When I get the Ace of Cups, a lot of times what I think about is the fact that this person's been thinking about you for a while already. They already have love for you. So it's a matter of they're going to reach out and tell you. And I feel like the only reason they didn't tell you before is because you were in this other relationship. So sometimes it sucks. Breaking up sucks, period. but sometimes it's meant, you know, I look at it as a bad relationship as just like a pothole on a road of life. You know what I mean? And sometimes we just gotta get through things. Sometimes bad things happen, but in order to get to the next part, you gotta go through it. Sometimes we gotta go through the shit. Yeah, like sometimes we invest so much in a relationship that it's hard for us to walk away, even though we know it's a shit relationship. It's because you invested all that time and you feel like, why would I, why run away? Hey, Raina, what's up? And I've been there. I've been in a relationship for a while, and it just kept going because I just wasn't willing to give up the time I already invested. But I mean, sometimes you just gotta walk away. Because if you don't, you're just gonna waste more time, and then you're gonna be 5 years, gonna turn to 10 years, and then it's gonna turn to 15 years, and then you're gonna be like. But I feel like a lot of good things are gonna happen. So I feel like this is you're only gonna feel like this for a short time. Like I said, there's a new offer there. Somebody else is gonna reach out to you, and I feel like they've been wanting you for a while, and they just weren't saying anything because you were like, it was just a matter of they didn't know where you were at in your relationship. They didn't want to be a homewrecker. But I feel like after it's all said and done, and they know it's done, they're gonna make that offer to you. So that's what I got for Libra. So, like I said, my advice is, it was the best thing that could have happened to you. So I see a lot of good things coming your way. So it's just a matter of take the good with the bad. Good things happen. Some things were just meant to happen, and sometimes it hurts. But every failed relationship is just a lesson of what is teaching you what you don't want and what you do want. I mean, you got to take it for what it's worth. Like sometimes you can be with somebody for a long time, and it's just a life lesson. It teaches you all the things you don't want, and then it makes you find what you do want even easier because you already dealt with the things you don't want. So Scorpio. Yeah, Jesse, exactly. Yeah, Mystic for sure. But I feel like I said, don't be too down for too long because, like I said, good things are coming. I see a lot of good coming. I feel like there's somebody gonna come in your life that's gonna be, it's gonna make you're not even thinking about this past person here soon. But like I said, we go through bad things, but if we didn't go through bad things, the good things wouldn't be as good. That's the way I look at it. I mean, how could you feel happiness if you were always happy? Like it wouldn't feel as good. We gotta have bad things happen to us and make the good things seem better. That's the way I look at it. Scorpio. Yeah, for Scorpio. I got this one again. So you're waiting. I feel like you're waiting for somebody. You made an offer and you're waiting, and I feel like it's taking a lot of strength for you to wait around for this person. I feel like you don't know if they're coming, and you feel like it's just you're just sitting around waiting for this person, and it's making you impatient. And you're impatient as hell right now because you're just like, what is this person doing? Why? How long do you gotta wait? I feel like you make the right call though. I feel like it is gonna be worth the wait. You just gotta be patient and keep being patient because I mean, I feel like it's a matter of you just gotta be on both levels. You gotta just kind of wait, and I feel like the waiting is killing you right now. It's like a waiting game that's just driving you nuts. I feel like you made an offer and you're just waiting to see what this person's going to do. And I feel like they're just kind of leading you down not so much ghosting you. They're just kind of, I get the impression that when you reach out to them, they're giving you short answers. Um, they're kind of flip flopping. They're not willing to commit right away. But I feel like you made the right call. I feel like, it's taken a lot of strength for you to wait. Taking a lot of strength for you to sit around and wait for this person to get their shit together. But I feel like it is going to come, and I feel like you're going to get what you want. Ten of Pentacles. I feel like it is going to work out, but I feel like you just feel like you're at the end of your rope, But like I said, sometimes people have I feel like they're just dealing with something right now. It's not a matter of anything. They don't have any negativity when it comes to they're not doing anything. They're not up to anything bad. They don't know what they want. I feel like they're not sure what they want, so it's hard for them to accept your offer because they're not sure. But I feel like they are going to come around. I feel like you are going to get what you want. It's just a matter of being strong, being patient, and my advice to you is tell this person, to be completely honest with you. And I feel like if you come right out and say that, if you come right out and give them that ultimatum, be upfront with me or I'm going to move on. And I feel like if you do that, they will be upfront with you. I feel like they will tell you because they don't want to lose you. I feel like I said, I feel like they do want to be with you, but they're just kind of getting their shit in order. But, you just got to sometimes you just got to take the bull by the horns. I love that one. And you just got to tell them, I'm not waiting around forever. Your time's valuable. And I feel like they're going to tell you why they've been making you wait. And I feel like it's going to be okay. Like I said, with the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like you're going to get what you want. It's going to end up the way you want it to end up. But you just got to, yeah. Sometimes you just got to, some people are hesitant. But you just got to, put it out there. Because if you want something, go get it. And if you're getting impatient, rather than give up, just be upfront. Worst they can say is no. Worst they can say is they don't want to be with you. But I feel like this person does. They're just getting their shit together. So if you want them to make a decision, you're going to have to go get it. You have to force it out of them. Tell them you ain't waiting around. You ain't waste the time. Because you got better things to do. So that's my advice. Sagittarius. Love me some Sagittarius. Yeah, some people are just stubborn as hell. I'm stubborn. I get stubborn sometimes. But people put me on the spot. I'll give you an answer. What do I have for Sagittarius? I get the 3 of Wands again. Or 3 of Wands again. I don't know what I'm going to do. That's 5 times I got it now. Must be the new moon. Everybody's sitting down, making everybody wait. I don't know what the hell they want. I know, TJ. I'm thinking the same thing, buddy. Thinking the same thing, my friend. Where's what we have for Sagittarius? Sometimes you got to be blunt. Sometimes when you want something, you can't just be the, passive. You got to go out and get it. Sometimes it's the person that goes out and gets it. When you go out and when you want something bad enough, why ain't you going to get it? Don't wait around for it. I mean, sometimes you're gonna have to wait. Sometimes you want somebody and they're not ready for a relationship yet, but it's not that they don't want to be with you, they're just not ready. And it's okay. I mean, sometimes they need to get, because you don't want somebody that's all up in their head all the time. You want somebody that's sure they want to be with you. Some people are stubborn and some people are just slack. Yeah, Aries don't play. That's right. I'm telling you, I'm done. Sick of that card. Sick of this. It's the moon, man. I mean, you got everybody's all over the place here. Yeah. So this whole bunch of shit. All right. So let's try to sort this out. This mess. I feel like you just walked away from something. I feel like you were patient for a while, but you decided to walk away. And I feel like you're still thinking about it. You're still in your head. You're still thinking about whether you should have. But I feel like and I also got the Hermit card. So I feel like you wanted something. You wanted to move forward with this person, but I don't see any forward movement. I don't see it moving forward. So I feel like, you were patient and you waited and you said, you know what, I ain't waiting no more, and you moved on. We also got the Temperance card, so it's Sagittarius. But I feel like you're still thinking about whether or not you made the right decision. Um, you know, I feel like you took that leap of faith and you just said, you know what, enough is enough. This person made me wait too damn long. I'm waiting too damn long for this person. Um, and I feel like you're gonna have some regrets. But I feel like this person wasn't given. They weren't given back. And I feel like you waited too damn. You were waiting too damn long, and this person made you wait. So you decided to walk away. You know, and I feel like you're gonna be in your head about it with the Hermit card. And I feel like you're gonna spend some nights thinking about whether it was the right choice. But I feel like at the end of the day, it was the right choice. I feel like that cycle had to end, and I feel like good things are gonna happen for you now that you decided to take a new route. But sometimes it's hard to walk away, but sometimes it's the right decision. And I feel like you waited, you know, it wasn't moving forward. So you just, you know, took that leap of faith and said, listen, I'm done. Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes people don't know what they want. You can't sit around and wait for them forever. Because what if you find out a year down the road or 2 years down the road that they decide that isn't what they wanted? You want somebody that's sure about being with you. You want somebody that's 100% sure they want to be with you. And if they ain't, it's fine to date and see what happens. But I feel like this person's been making you wait too long, and it wasn't moving forward. It was just a pointless interaction. But I feel like you're gonna have those doubts. You're gonna have times when you're gonna think about this person. You're gonna think, did I make the right decision moving on? But don't think about it. Don't even think about it anymore. I feel like you made the right decision. I feel like, you know, like I said with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like, and the World card, it's telling me that that cycle ended. It had to come to an end. And you made that choice, and you made the right choice. I feel like you waited long enough, and they made you wait. Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes it ain't right. It's better to find out now that it ain't right than find out later on. Why waste time? We ain't getting any younger. And the more time we waste with people that don't know what they want is the more time, you're sitting in limbo waiting for this person to get their shit together. And when you feel like you got your shit together and this person is just taking too damn long, sometimes we gotta make that choice, and sometimes that kicks them in the butt. But I don't feel like that in this situation. I feel like you're gonna move forward and on to bigger and better things, and this person's gonna be sitting there still figuring out what the hell's going on. But my advice is you did the right thing. Like I said, good things are coming. The wheel of fortune is basically good things are coming. So I feel like you made 100% the right call. Yeah, see you later. See you later, Leo. Hey, what's up, Marky Mark? Marky Mark and the Tarot Bunch. Capricorn. What do we got for Capricorns? Capricorn. All right, well, we didn't get that 3 of Wands. Oh, God. All right, so the first thing I see is I see that there was a, you recently had, either you recently had or this is going to happen, your tower moment, where you're gonna have to rebuild. And I feel like, you shouldn't be stuck thinking about this missed opportunity, because I don't feel like it was a missed opportunity. I feel like with the tower card, it was meant to happen that way. It fell apart, and you got to move on. Um, you know, I from what I see, I got the magician, so I see that he's working on something for you right now. So I feel like the tower moment, like I said, it was meant to happen, and I feel like, you can't be stuck thinking about this. You got to let that go, because it's over. And I feel like maybe it wasn't your choice to be over, but it is. And you got to move on from that. And the magician is telling me there's new things coming for you, but you got to be ready. You got to get on top of your game. You got to be back on top with the Emperor card. I feel like you got to get in control. And when you get in control and get on top of it and just realize that, you know, you can't control the past, it's over. That's done. You got to move on, and you can't sit there and think about it, dwell on it. And I feel like when you do, get that confidence back. We get the Sun card and the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like a lot of good things are coming your way. I feel like a lot of positivity and a lot of, like, good fortune, and like I said, a lot of positives are coming here. So don't always just think about this thing, that whatever happened here, that fell apart. The magician's working on something new, and that had to fall apart for this to happen. Like, I always use that reference. When you have a spot of land and you have a house, and that house is shit, you're gonna blow that shit up and start again. But you have to get rid of that old house to start a new house. And I feel like when you do that, it's all gonna work out. The magician's already starting that house for you. And I also got the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups. So I feel like you're gonna move on to somewhere where you were meant to be. I feel like this tower moment happened because you weren't willing to end it. So the universe stepped in and said, you know what, we're gonna end it for you, because that wasn't where you were meant to be. I feel like, you know, it wasn't beneficial to you at all. And I feel like, you know, sometimes the universe is just gonna step in. Sometimes when you're not making the right choices and you're not making the right moves, the universe is gonna step in and say, enough is enough. But, my advice is, the magician's coming along, and he's, like I said, we got the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun card. So I feel like a lot of good things are coming. But I feel like them good things won't come until this ended. It had to end for good things to happen. But like I said, you can't build a new house on top of an old house. You got to get rid of that. You got to tear it right out. You know what I mean? You got to get rid of that shit, because that was no good for you. So I feel like right now you're stuck thinking about that. But I feel like in no time, the universe is gonna, or the magician's gonna pop up, and that new opportunity, that new magic he's creating for you is gonna happen, and you're gonna feel a new sense of confidence with the King of Cups. You're gonna have that, or with the Emperor card, you're gonna have that new sense of confidence. With the King of Cups, you're gonna feel, it's gonna take you to an emotional place that you needed to be. I feel like that little shit, it just had to die. Yeah, like sometimes we spend so much time ignoring what the universe is telling us that the universe just gets pissed. That's the way I look at it. When the universe is like, no, we're gonna tear this shit down. You're not listening, so I'm gonna make you listen. But it's always for your benefit. It's always for the best the universe only has your best intentions. It wants you to be 100% your best. Hey, the Bears, what's up? The Bears, Aquarius. Here you go, Marky Mark. We got for Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius? What do we have for Aquarius? So I got the world card. So I mean, with the hunter moon and the blood moon or whatever you want to call it, I feel like a cycle just came to an end, and I feel like it had to come to an end because it just wasn't working out. But I feel like, you know, I feel like it's okay with you. You're not feeling like that's got you down at all. That doesn't have you down at all. I feel like the Aquarius, you feel like it's the best thing right now. I feel like you're on top of your game right now. I feel like you're not even thinking about that. I feel like you are thinking, you're thinking that it's time now for you to stop with that party life, and start thinking about your future and start thinking about building a foundation. Um, I feel like the cycle that ended was that single party life, and I feel like that came to an end. But it doesn't really have you down. You thought that, you were always that one that thought, I ain't ever gonna settle down. I'm gonna be independent. I'm gonna party. I ain't gonna never be about family, and I'm not gonna be anything. But I feel like the universe has something different for you, and I feel like you're okay with that. Um, you know, I feel like you're ready to share, and I feel like I said, you want that foundation is coming, and I feel like you want it now. I feel like you didn't want it before, but now you want it, and I feel like that's you're feeling really complete. You have the Ten of Pentacles, so I feel like this is something that you're looking forward to, and I feel like I got the Family card as well. So I feel like with the World card, what cycle had ended was that single party life. I feel like you were that person that said, "I'll never settle down." Why do people settle down? I don't like. I like having my independence. I like being fun and carefree and doing what I want, being the life of the party. But I feel like now you have an urge to, settle down. And I feel like you are going to settle down. I feel like, you are going to meet somebody and you're going to begin that foundation. And like I said, with the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, I feel like, it is going to happen. And I feel like but I feel like with Ten of Swords in reverse, I feel like you're okay with that. I feel like you'd fight it, but I feel like you're gonna meet somebody. It's gonna make you, you either met somebody already or you're gonna meet somebody coming up very shortly that's gonna make you think differently about that, and you're gonna be okay with it. I feel like this person's gonna change your opinion on what you thought about being with somebody. I feel like you're gonna meet that person that's gonna make you, you know, want to be with that person, and exclusively. So my advice for you is be prepared, because this person's gonna come in your life and they're gonna make you think twice about that single life. They're gonna make you regret not meeting them earlier. But sometimes we meet people and they're just like, they completely change our point of view. you meet that person and you're so caught up in that person that you can't think of not being with that person. And I feel like that's the kind of person you're going to meet. I feel like you're going to meet somebody that's going to make you, want to be in a relationship. Somebody that's going to make you want to, build a foundation and have a family. So, I mean, that's not so bad. But I feel like the universe is telling you it's time. It's time to get that family life going. Yeah, like sometimes, like I was like that. Like when I was young, I remember my buddy, he was 18 and he had a girlfriend, had a kid, and then he had another kid. And then by the time he was 22, he had 3 kids and a girlfriend. He was like, it was a bad relationship. She controlled him and everything else. But when I seen that, I said, I'll never be that way. I'll never be tied down. I'll never want a family. I don't want no kids and all this other stuff. And I mean, but it is what it is. Sometimes you meet that person that they ain't taking no for an answer. And sometimes you meet that person where you couldn't imagine yourself not with them. You couldn't imagine them being with somebody else. Pisces. Yeah, Mark, you have to cook meals for 2. Gonna have to cook two of them lobsters. Yeah, I like that. That was a good reading. I like that. Because it's true. That's what happens. Sometimes somebody comes in your life and you're just like, I can't be without this person. I want to be with this person. I want to be with them all the time. I don't want them to be without me. And I mean, that's all it takes sometimes. You gotta meet that soulmate. That person that just makes you totally rethink the way you live. So we got for Pisces. All right. So I feel like it's probably because of the moon, but I feel like, a cycle has ended for you. I feel like you have a tower moment, and I feel like, the person that you're with or the person that you wanted to be with was just holding you back. I feel like they were holding you back. They weren't letting you move forward. I feel like they were playing on your emotions. I feel like, they had no, um, spiritually and emotionally, I feel like they were just holding you back. They were keeping you away from, being yourself. I feel like they were keeping you away from your friends. And I feel like this, like I said, the cycle had ended. The tower moment had ended that cycle, and this person isn't going to be able to hold you back anymore. And I feel like you're going to move forward. I feel like you thought about this for a while and you just never made a move, but I feel like now it's time to move forward. And I feel like when you decide, when you decide to move on, there will be there is somebody coming for you, a new love. And, I feel like they're patiently waiting for you right now. So I feel like they're already there. They have already been waiting for you. But I feel like you're just trying to you just got to get past it. You got to move forward. And I feel like you just got to get out again. I feel like that person was just, like I said, that person was just holding you back. I don't feel like it was a relationship. I feel like it was something that you were interested in. And I feel like they used that interest that you had in them to, hold you down. And they were they were a burden. They were holding you back. And I feel like, they were just playing on your emotions. They were giving you an indication that there was going to be something, but they had no intentions of moving forward with you. But I feel like the Tower card, I feel like your Tower moment is going to be, you're going to realize, you're going to see through their bullshit. And I feel like when you do, you're going to move forward, and when you move forward, you're going to have a new offer. I feel like somebody's already, I get the impression that the offer's already been made, but you were kind of hung up on this other person. So you were just letting this person, but they've been waiting. I feel like the offer's still there. The person that made you that offer, they still want you. Even though that you were making them wait. But see, the thing is, sometimes when we like somebody and we have so much affection for somebody, we let them manipulate us. And I feel like this past person was just manipulating you. They were just holding you. You were just that side, that side person. You know what I mean? Like, they were playing on the fact that you like them. And when people play on your emotions, that means they don't care about you. So if they care about you, they don't play with your emotions. When somebody cares about you, they gotta be genuine. They always gotta be, they don't want to hurt you. When you really truly care about somebody, you don't want to hurt them. This person was burdening you. They were holding you back. Emotionally. Because they were playing on your emotions. They were a burden on your emotions. I mean, it happens. But if somebody's doing that to you, they don't care about you. They don't give a shit. If they did care, they wouldn't hurt you. People that love you don't hurt you. Period. So my advice is, get out there with your friends again. And this person that made that offer, maybe you feel like they're not around anymore, or maybe you feel like the offer's still on the table. I get the impression the offer's still on the table. I feel like this new person, well, not new person. I feel like they've been waiting for you. That they made the offer and they're waiting to see what you do. So don't make them wait no more. Give up on this other person. Move on with a person that does want to give you, affection. They do want to treat you like they're number one. And like I said earlier, you don't want to be number two. And this other person that was playing you, you don't mean shit to them. Stop waiting around. Stop letting them play you. Sometimes you gotta put your big boy pants on. Just say no. You gotta take it no more. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I got for you. That's my advice. So what's up? What's up, everybody? This new moon got everybody all out of sorts. Hey, Lou. What's up? Cheers, buddy. Cheers. What's up? What's everybody doing? All signs are done. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Like I was saying, I don't usually do lives. So what I do is I'll get on and I'll get all caught up in everybody else's lives. You had an exam today? Hope you did well. I hated exams. Thanksgiving was pretty good. So like I said, I was gonna tape me cooking. And so I had the camera set up and I put it on the stand. And, I was talking to the camera, but I had it set up like the way my camera's set up. It wasn't my phone, it was my camera. And so I'm talking to it. I'm giving instructions. I did my deep fried turkey. It was looking good. And so anyway, I went to go stop the camera, realized I didn't even press record. I didn't even press record. So I'm talking to a damn camera, and nobody's even. It's not even recording. So I spent like an hour and a half talking to a camera for no reason. I felt like the biggest idiot. Like, seriously, I'm not joking. I was like, when I went and looked and seen it wasn't recording, I was like, what an idiot. I'm not going to go deep fry another turkey. It was good, though. Deep fried turkey is pretty good. I don't like deep fried shit too much, but deep fried turkey is pretty good. My dad taught me how to do that when I was a little kid. We used to always do it. Yeah, next time. Yeah. I just felt like an idiot. Because I was like for an hour and a half, I'm sitting there and I'm like, Chef Ramsay explaining to the camera what I'm doing, all the steps I'm supposed to take. And then, you know what I mean? For nothing. It was like my big dumb moment. See, I was gonna use the phone. I was gonna use my phone, but with my phone, I was worried about the storage, and I was worried about halfway through cutting off. With my phone, I can see that it's recording me, like I'm looking at me. But with the camera, the picture's on the back. So if I'd used my phone, I would have known that whether I was taking it or not. But, oh well. Yeah, step one, turn the camera. No, step one's taking the lens cap off. I've done that one before too. Yeah. But yeah, it turned out really good actually. Kids ate. The kids love that shit. Like, it was always like, I remember when I was a kid, I always loved it. Like when the family got together and we had. No, I didn't take a picture. I took some pictures. I will post them, but I mean, I took a picture of what it looked like and everything else. But yeah, I love holidays. That's why I always wanted a family. I always like that. Everybody gets together and you just get to see how many had. 3 ninja. I always like that. When I was a kid, we used to go to my grandma's house every Sunday. And I used to love it because all my cousins and uncles and, we'd all be there. It'd be like 30 people having dinner. And it was like a weekly thing. And then when my grandmother passed away, we all kind of stopped doing that. But I mean, that's why I always wanted to have a family, because I want my kids to bring their kids when they get older. It's something I find important. Family time. Like, yeah. Yeah, I know. Oh, I always I remember when I was a kid, I always had this dream that I'd win the lottery or I'd be a millionaire, a billionaire one day. I'd be a hockey player or something. That was my big dream. And when I did, I was going to build houses. I was going to make my own street. I mean, I was like probably 6 or 7, maybe 8. I don't even remember. But I remember drawing this picture. I drew my own street. And then I built all these houses on that street. And then like my mom's house, my brother's house, my sister. And then we'd have one big house at the end with my house, is where everyone would meet for suppers, barbecues and stuff. But I don't know. I was always like, my mom's mom had 18 kids. So I got a lot of family. And I always wanted a big family. I wouldn't want that many, but 3 was great. 3 is great. Yeah, my grandma had a huge ass family. But it is cool because I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that. And I mean, my grandfather was a fisherman, and his brothers were farmers, so we always had, food was always just we always had lots of food. Stop shuffling the cards. But yeah, it's always, family's important. But people got to remember that you're not always born like your family is not always people that you're born with, who you share blood with. I mean, I have my best friend. I've been best friends with him since I was 3, and I consider him more of a brother um, than my brother sometimes, just because my brother and sister. I'm the baby of our family. My brother's 12 years older, and my sister's 10 years older than me. So I was never really close with them because they were pretty much moved out of the house by the time I was old enough to remember anything. Like my brother moved in when he was 16, so I was 4 when my brother moved out of our house, and he was just kind of like another dad, and my sister's kind of like another mom. Um, but yeah, like honestly, I've even thought about like you know um, like fostering kids. Like I'd have a few more kids. I got lots of love to give. I feel. I mean, I love my kids. I grew up in a house that wasn't a whole lot of emotions. So that's why one of the reasons I started getting into tarot is because I felt like I was starting to have all these connections, and I couldn't figure out. So I wasn't used to that. Like I don't know. It's our family. We had love in our family, but nobody ever talked about it. Yeah, Vicky. See, like that's how it is, though. But you got to remember that, um, you're not always like I have a cousin, and he was adopted, and I've always felt really close to him, but he's not even relative. He's one of my favorite cousins, and I feel like sometimes you just meet people and they just become family. Like you have an instant connection with them, and I feel like that's kind of part of the reason too why I got into tarot is because I felt connections with people. Like you meet people and you feel that instant connection, and you're not sure why. And that always kind of confused me. I was like, how I would never understood, like ever since I started doing tarot, I met these people, and I instantly connected with them. Like like Mark and Raina and Elizabeth and like all these people I would never have met without tarot. So I'm getting so much gain from doing tarot, more than I ever thought I would. When I first started doing it, because I felt connections that I wasn't sure where they were coming from, and I started reading into it, and actually I started watching a tarot reader, and what they were saying to me was just like it was telling me these things that I was feeling, and they were exact. And I mean, like, I started looking at tarot cards and I started doing readings and stuff for my friends and some family members and stuff. And I started feeling this connection to the cards. Like when I see the cards and I see them all laid out in front of me, I get this big picture. And I feel like I'm getting better at it. But what it is, it's not, I can read the cards. I got the picture in my head. It's articulating it from my head and then saying it. Yeah, like my best friend since I was 3. Um, you know, uh, there's been times when I was really down and he stepped up, and there's been times when like his girlfriend, he was the one that had kids when he was 18. Um, his girlfriend kicked him out. We were roommates for a long time. His girlfriend kicked him out, and him and his son came and lived with me for a while. Um, I had a girlfriend. I I'm not gonna say I'm the jealous type, but I think I always had reserves about ever moving another man into my house full time when I had a girlfriend. But I had a girlfriend at the time, and I let him move in because I didn't think about it. I have such a strong connection with him that I already know I would never have to worry about him. you know, because sometimes people, come into your life and you feel like you can trust them, and then, that moment that you need them to be trusted, like, you need them here, and all of a sudden they don't answer their phone, or they try to get with your girlfriend, or some people are sneaky, some people, but I never felt any sneakiness from him. Like, we always had this joke that if we ever, you know, something ever happened and we needed to get rid of a body, that's the person we call. Not to say I would ever do that. I'm just saying that's when you know you got a true friend. Somebody ain't gonna ask no questions. But yeah, like, you know what I mean. It's a matter of, hey Virgo, what's up? Hey Ninja. But yeah, like I met a lot of good people on here. You know what I mean? Like, and it works both ways though with connections. I've met people where I instantly had something that I didn't like about them, and I don't know why. Some of them I later found out there was a reason why I didn't like them. Um, but I've always been intuitive. Like, even since I was little, I always had feelings about people, and usually most of my feelings about people usually tend to be all right. Like, they turn out to be right. And it's not like they're a bad person, like they did something wrong. It's just some people I just don't associate with because of the way they are. Um, certain things, like I had a friend, a, a buddy of my best friend. I met him one time. I remember I had this off. He really felt off to me, and I don't know how to explain it other than that. And about 2 weeks later, I found out that he had beaten his last girlfriend and he beats his other girlfriend. Like, so the guy's a woman beater. And I knew that that's why, like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, that's the vibe I got from him, because I don't play that shit. Like, I mean, I don't hit other people. And because I don't feel like anybody deserves to ever get touched. You know what I mean? Um, I mean, I was in jujitsu for 10 years, and I learned a lot of discipline. Now, if somebody wants to come put their hands on me, that's a different story. Like, you know what I mean? Some guy wants to grab hold me, or try to hurt somebody in my family, then I'll step in, and that's when hands get put on people. But um, I was never a bully. I don't. I've always stood up to bullies in school. Uh, I don't think it's right to intimidate anybody, because I think everybody has a right to be their own person. I don't have, you know, I don't have hate in me. Like, when it comes to things, like, so many people out there that don't like somebody, like, like, they don't like people because, like, um, like race, like, people are racist and stuff. Like, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Wouldn't the world be boring if we're all white? That's what I think. Same as, and like gay people, and that's their business. The way I looked at it, I remember one time I told this guy at school. He's like, "Oh, your buddy's gay." He goes, "How do you hang out with him?" I'm like, if every guy was gay, wouldn't that give me more? That's more women for me. Thank you. You know what I mean? Because that's that. You know what I mean? The way I look at it, more gay guys in the world, and more single women out there for me. But I mean, I don't. Do your own thing. I don't push my shit on other people. Don't push your shit on me. I don't give a shit. I had a guy flirt with me one time, and I mean, I don't find men attractive, but I was flattered. I even told him that. I'm like, I don't swing that way, dude. But thanks, appreciate it. The same as, like, you know what I mean, like anything, different religions. That's your business. You know what I mean? Don't tell me I'm wrong. I won't tell you you're wrong. I don't think anybody's wrong. I don't know. I don't know who's right, who's wrong. I believe what I was brought up to believe. Everybody has opinions. I'll listen to your opinion. Shit. I remember my nanny. My nanny used to um, the Jehovah Witnesses used to always walk around, and everybody always used to, you know, some people would be assholes to them and slam the door in their face and stuff. My nanny liked them in. She'd be like, I'll listen to what you gotta say. If you listen to what I gotta say. My nanny's funny like that. She'd bring them in, bring cookies. Who cares? I like knowing. I like meeting people from all different. You know, I love meeting people from different. Like, if I never talk to people, if you spend your whole life only surround yourself with people like you, there's no growth there. You're not gonna grow. You know what I mean? Like, if I didn't do a tarot channel, I would never have met Mark, and I would never know that there's white lobsters out there. That shit still freaks me out. That's cool. I want to eat it. I want to eat that lobster. I would have never met the lion. Right, Mark? Johnny Five. Even him, he's got his place. Screw it. Everybody has their place. I don't think anybody should put down, like, you know what I mean? Hey, Sharon. I mean, I remember going to school and there'd be everybody always had these little groups. And I was always that guy that I hung out with. Like, I had a group of people, and I remember I always played sports, and I was always like into martial arts and stuff. And I didn't hang out with just people like that. I hung out with, like, I had friends from every type of group. And I mean, I don't know. Wouldn't like the way I look at it is when you look at a rainbow. How cool would a rainbow be if it was only one color? Boring as shit. But I mean, like, I don't know. You know, I met friends. This one guy, Sam, I used to always hang out with. He was from China. He came over when he was 10 with his family, and I used to go eat at his house. And the shit that his mom would cook, oh yeah. I mean, that's stuff I would never eat. And I went over her house, and she'd always feed us, and she was like really big on that. Like, she would force you to eat. And I used to love her. She was the greatest person. Like, she was the nicest lady I ever met. And if I was one of those people that was ignorant, I would never have known that. You know what I mean? People that are ignorant to new things don't learn new things. And you know what I mean? You get stuck in that situation where, you know what I mean? Like, you're just, you prejudge people, and you're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out on a lot of, you're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities that you wouldn't have had if you just prejudge people. I mean, I don't know. Like, I've been in situations where, you know, um, if I would have prejudged somebody, I would have missed out on that opportunity to learn something new. I mean, like I said, if I was, all those people out there that are racist against Chinese people, and they never tried Chinese food because of their racism, they're missing out. Or if you're, you know, um, you don't, like, I like learning different languages. I like learning about different religions because I want to know what they think. I mean, I don't know. There's different things out there for a reason. We can never make it. Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. Um, you know what I mean? I always like to try things at least once. Like, I remember when I was little. I mean, I remember my dad used to make liver all the time, and I was always like, ugh, liver. I don't like things that are named after body parts that I have. But I remember I tried it. I hated it. But I would never known that if I didn't try it, right? I don't know. My advice to everybody is to try everything once. And if you like it, try it again. Yeah, you can't make everybody happy. The only person you should try to make happy is yourself. And then when you make yourself happy, you just, it, you know, um, like try this sometime. Like I always laugh. Like I remember I always tell my buddy this. He's kind of a grump. We call him our asshole. Like every group has an asshole, and he's ours. Excuse me. But I always tell him. I said, go around tomorrow and just smile. Smile at everybody. Wave. You know, don't be grumpy looking. He looks like he's gonna kill her. You know, he got one of those faces like you can't approach him. I'm like, try this for one day. Go around and smile at everybody. And I remember I seen him that night. I said, did you do it? He said, I did it. I said, how'd it feel? He said, you know what, man? It was weird. He said, I met new people. People would come over and talk to me. I'm like, because you made yourself approachable. And he said, it is weird. It's so weird that just smiling changes so many things. And I'm like, that's basically what it is. You know what I mean? If you put off this aura that you're an asshole and that, you're not approachable, nobody's gonna approach you. But if you all you have to do is change how you look, put a smile on. I don't know. Like I'm not the best person in the world, but every day I do something. I try to make that's my goal in life is to do something. I'm afraid of hiccups. Like just the littlest things make the biggest difference. Like helping somebody with the groceries or um, just whatever. Every little thing that you do positive is another positive thing in the world. Everything you do negative is another negative thing in the world. So just do nice things. When I have this weird thing, I'll tell you. When I'm not feeling the greatest, when I'm feeling kind of down and depressed, I like to go to the pet store and pet the bunnies. That's my thing. Because you can't be mad and depressed petting a bunny. You can't. You can't. Yeah, like you know what I mean. Try petting a bunny and be pissed off about it. Ain't happening. But yeah, like I go there and I don't know. We're in control of our own destiny, and my sister, um, she dealt with depression for a while, and I remember I always used to tell her, I said, Dawn, I said, you know what I mean. The reason you're depressed, she get depressed, right? I'll tell her I said this, but she get depressed and listen to depressing ass music, and she watch these depressing ass movies, and she'd sit in her dark room and she just think about the most depressing shit. And I'm like, the reason that you're depressed is because you got all this depression. Like, I mean, you're swimming in a pool of depression, and you know what I mean. You got to get out, and that's why, like, sometimes, like my nan used to say, if you're feeling depressed, the best thing to do is go outside because you know what I mean. Keeping yourself in a place where you're controlling it. If you're feeling depressed and you're thinking depressed things, then what do you expect to happen? And I know it's not that easy. I know there's sometimes I get depressed and you know what I mean. It's really hard to change your mindset, but I mean it's worth it. You gotta try. Put this video on private. What does that mean? But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I mean, do what you want. That's what I think. I think it's a matter of just doing what you want to do. It is what it is, right? I mean, we control it. Oh, I don't know, and I learned that that's one thing that I've been working on. I mean, I had times where I was down and out, but I just figured out what made me happy, and that's what I do when I'm not happy. Hey, kitty. So whatever it is that makes you happy, do it. Don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks. I mean, if you want to go outside and stare at trees, do that. Who cares what everybody thinks? Everybody has a purpose. Don't let anybody ever tell you what you're doing is stupid or whatever. Unless they're trying to help you. I mean, but like I said, I don't try to put bad vibes on nobody. Do what you want. It's your life. Unless what you're doing affects me, then I have no say, and I don't judge people because who am I? Do what you want. I mean, I don't. Good night, hello, good night, ninja. I don't know. So basically, that's what it is. That's what. Oh, done with that spiel. Live your own life. Let everybody else be pissed if they want, as long as you're happy. Yeah, you can't fix stupid. You can't. You can't, Mark. Tried. But like I said, it's a matter of do what makes you happy. If it pisses people off, they're probably pissed off anyway. Like most people that hate, they just don't understand. They just got their own issues, and they ain't hating you because you're doing anything wrong. They're hating you because they got something that they want to work out. But that's their shit. Be grumpy if you want. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't hate nobody. I mean, everybody has good in them. I mean, most people do. I mean, I've watched some shows on Netflix, some real life crime shows, but they seem pretty mad. But yeah, like I don't got time for that. I don't have time to think about what's going on in your life. Yeah, like hating for suckers. Why hate? I'd rather love. You know what I mean? I remember watching this thing one time. Bob Marley. He said the world's a dark place. So the more darkness means we have to equal it out with light. Light up the darkness with being with love. You know what I mean? I love that people are different than me. Like I said, it'd be boring as shit if everybody was the same. If we were all one color. We're all spoke one language. We all ate the same damn food. That'd be boring as shit. I don't want to live in that. I don't know. The root of anything that's good is love. Period. Anything that's good in the world is love, and anything that's bad in the world, the root is hate. Simple as that. Yeah, Bob Marley was a shit, man. I mean, he smoked a lot of weed, but I mean, I don't. I do. I smoke. I don't smoke a lot of weed. Not anymore. I used to. I still smoke, but I just like it because it makes me feel good. Like I always smoke weed because I have an overactive imagination, overactive mind. I overthink things. Um, so weed helps me eliminate 90% of those thoughts so I can take the 10% of the thoughts that I'm thinking about and actually solve the problem. Like when you have 100 problems in your head running at all times, it's hard to figure out how to, deal with those problems because you're thinking about 100 things. If you can bring it down to 10, that's more manageable. Oh yeah, February 6th. Yeah, I was born the same day as Christina Aguilera. Yeah, like I overthink. That's my thing. Um, but I've learned to deal with that. You know what I mean? I've learned to organize my thoughts, drown out any thought that doesn't need to be there, and just think about the things that are important. And I found, um, you know, the reason I do tarot is because I find tarot help me with a lot of things. It helps me, it made me understand that setting goals is important, writing them down, because then it's visual. Then it's not just in your head. And then you can focus on the things that you write down instead of the things that are all jumbled up in your head. Like when I wake up every morning, I have my list, and I look at my list and I say, how can I check things off my list? Hey, play, what's up? Welcome. But yeah, like when I like, and with tarot, I find if I can help anybody, you know, open up their mind to the universe, then even if I help one person, then it was completely worth it. And I mean, I've been getting really blessed lately, and you know, I, I get a lot of subscribers showing me a lot of love, a lot more than I thought. I thought I'd get on here and maybe nobody would ever listen to me, and nobody. But and the same goes for other tarot readers. A lot of tarot readers that helped me, like like Rising Storm when I first started. Like she was really encouraging, and like Leo and Mark, like you know what I mean. I get in the room and I have a good laugh. Like when Mark's room, one night I was crying. I was laughing so hard, and I was like, if I never did tarot, I would never have met these people, and it would have been a shame. Yeah, like Rising has a great energy. I really like her energy. And I mean, like I met Elizabeth, and I met Raina and Jesse, and all these people, like you know what I mean, like Vicky and Rob, and I mean, you meet all these great people that genuinely are good people. I remember when I first started watching people. I remember Elizabeth said something to me, and it stuck with me. Um, I said one time about, you know, if I go into a room and I don't like what they're saying, I just don't like it. But she said, no matter what I go into, I like it. Because even if it's not for you, I don't know if you remember saying that, but you give them the thumbs up, no matter if you're into it or not. Sometimes you give a thumbs up and leave, but I was saying how I don't do that. Like if I don't like it, I just leave. I never give anybody a thumbs down, but sometimes I don't give them thumbs up. But now I realized that you know encourage them to do what they want to do. If this is what they want to do, give them a thumbs up. It ain't a whole lot of effort for me to give somebody a thumbs up. You know what I mean? But it makes a big difference to them. You know what I mean? Like if you go in a room and you don't like what they're saying, you don't have to stay. Give them a thumbs up because they're taking their time and they're doing it. And your thumbs up can give them, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you'll be sitting there and you give somebody a thumbs up, and that could make their day. And all you had to do was click a little button that said thumbs up. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's a matter of, you could make somebody's day. You get on and get on to say, if you do like the reading, if you do go on somebody's channel and you do like the channel, leave a comment. Say what's up, thanks. You know what I mean? Like even like Mark and Leon and all of them, like everybody that has a channel. When I get on there, Even if I can't stay, I'll pop in and drop that like because I know they do it for me. And even if they wouldn't do it for me, it's still a good thing to do. Be a good person. If you be a good person, if everybody go to their way to be a good person, what problems would we have? You know what I mean? We wouldn't have any problems in the world. Oh, you know what? I don't know if you want it, Mark, but I'm gonna do that, buddy. You're a good mod. If you don't want it, I'll take it away. But it is what it is. But you know what I mean? It doesn't take any effort. It takes more effort to be an asshole than it does to be nice. Like being an asshole is just a whole lot of effort. I don't know. I mean, you can spend your time being an asshole if you want. I don't judge you, but it's a whole lot of effort. I mean, to come on and give somebody a thumbs down and say a bunch of troll shit. What's the point of that? I don't know. It is what it is, but I mean, it is. I don't know. Everybody should at least make an effort, at least once a day, to do something. To go out of their way, do something nice. Could be something simple like holding the door for somebody. Could be simple as um, if I see somebody that looks like they're having a hard day, like the other day, I seen this lady. She works at the store, and I remember she just didn't look like she was having a good day. And I was like, "Oh, you look pretty today," and she had a big smile. And when I walked to the store, I figured if I made her day, even if I made her feel better for 2 minutes, why not? Make her feel better. She had a big smile. She's not my type, but it didn't hurt me to say she looked pretty. Or when I was at work, I remember I used to be a foreman at this job, and I said, as a foreman, your job is to keep people working. And Mark, you know this because you at your own company. You know, sometimes you got to put your foot down and say, okay, this you're not doing it right. But a lot of people don't tell people when they're doing things right. They only tell them when they're doing things wrong. And my dad always taught me that you know you can't just be the person that tells people to do things wrong. Sometimes it's good to just come out and tell people that they're doing something right, and it makes their day. And I knew that because when I worked at jobs, I remember I had this one boss, and I thought like he was one of the best bosses I ever had because he was like that. If you were doing the right thing, he'd come over and say, you know, good job, just good job. That's it. Made my whole day. Hey man, you're doing a really good job. Made your day. Yeah. I mean, some people don't take it, and I mean, if they don't take it the right way, at least you tried. I mean, I don't know. Like I have this another thing I do when I'm having a bad day is I watch this YouTube video. People are awesome, and I know there's a whole bunch of them now. People are awesome, 15 or something now, but there's this video and it was just people doing really cool things, and it just inspires me to And then random acts of kindness. That one guy, oh, I can't remember his name now. Big Dawes, I think his name is. He goes around like and gives people stuff, and he's making a lot of money off YouTube, so he gives back. And people say, "Oh, well, he makes all his money. He doesn't have to give shit back." There's lots of guys making all kinds of money that don't give shit to nobody. But at least he goes around and does nice things. Yeah, who are unbannable. uh, yeah, like I mean, remember I was at the store. It was last week, I think it was. And there was this lady, and she had three little kids. I think two of them were twins, but she was holding one, and the other two were walking, and they were fighting, and they were pulling her in every direction. And you know, she's trying to pull, um, like she's trying to do that while carrying groceries. So anyway, I come over and I grab her groceries for her, and she looked at me weird at first, but then she started talking and stuff, and I walked to the car and I helped her put the groceries in the car, and you know what I mean. It's because I figured if she had her hands full, I had two empty hands. Why not help her? That's how the world should be. I think. I think if you could help, help. It is what it is. It probably, it helped her a little bit. Didn't cost me a damn thing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember I went to the city. There's a Toronto, one of the biggest cities I've been in. It's one of the biggest cities in Canada, and I went there for this hockey tournament, and so I went up there, and I remember there was people. There's these grates. Heat. They let off the steam from the city, like these big giant grates, and there's people sleeping in sleeping bags on these things, and because a lot of heat comes from them. And I remember it broke my heart. I was like, how did and what broke my heart the most, it wasn't the fact that they were sleeping on the streets, is that there was thousands of people walking past these people all day and nobody gave a shit. And it was almost like they were invisible to these people. And I remember I mentioned that to my friend. He's like, well, there's a reason they're there. They don't want to work or whatever. But life life is hard. Some people have it hard, especially when they're alone. I mean, I don't think everybody that's homeless deserves it. I don't think they wanted that. And I find it hard to walk past somebody and see somebody struggling when they don't have to. Like I said, you walk by somebody and give them a compliment. Anybody wants to play along, tomorrow do that. Tomorrow do that. Say, if I'm one person, say one nice thing. It makes their day, and it makes you feel like a better person. It makes you feel good. It makes me feel good when I do good things for people. Makes them feel good, makes me feel good. So win-win. So you know what I mean? I don't know if that's selfish or not, but I do nice things because it makes me feel good. And I know it makes them feel good. And I mean, I guess there is a selfishness to it because it makes me feel good. I like making myself feel good. But I mean, it's like when I'm out, some girl says, "Oh, oh, you're cute," or "I like your tattoo," or "I like your shirt." Some guy says, "I like your shirt, man." Like I got the shirt, and somebody told me they loved it. This guy, he's like, "I love your shirt, man." And I was like, "It made me feel good." He's like, "I like this shirt too. Thanks." It didn't cost anybody a damn thing. Yeah, it's sad. You're right. You're right, Mark. Some people can't handle life and they give up. A lot of ugliness in the world, but I mean, can't give up. If we give up, if everybody just gave up, then we're done. There's a lot of ugliness in the world, and like one thing I always wanted to do, like you know, I've been always thinking about doing it. Is I want to make my own another YouTube channel, and I always wanted to. I wanted to when I was young. I wanted to make it. It was called. I wanted to have a radio station. And what I was going to call it was the good news, and all I would talk about is the good things that happen in the world that day. Because there's so many news channels that talk about the shit that happens. Like it's getting worse. I don't watch the news anymore. You know what I mean? I don't I don't watch the news because all it is negative shit. And I watched the news one day and it said, it gave me a warning. Um, People, young viewers, and people that don't want to see, bad shit, you know, disturbing, graphic scenes or whatever it said. And I remember it showed um, this the shooting or whatever, and it was like there was a blood over there. I'm like, that's somebody's fucking family. You know what I mean? That ain't right. That's gross. People say, "Oh, they need to see it. They need to see the nastiness." Well, no, you don't. You know what? I think honestly, my opinion is if they stop showing all the bad shit on the news and stop giving it airtime, I think it would cut it back. I mean, you got all these people out there that are just looking for their 5 minutes of fame. So what if we didn't give it to them? You know what I mean? What if we didn't encourage it? But I wanted to do a YouTube channel. I am gonna do it. But when I was a kid, I wanted to do a radio station. I remember I used to like Howard Stern, and I always wanted to have a radio station where it was only good news. People could call in and tell me something good, or I would find good things that happen in the world, and we talk about that. And I mean that's what it is. And the only reason I want to do it is because I want to show people that there's good shit happening in the world. I want people to walk away from their radio or their computer and say, tell their friend about this. Because now all people do is they watch the news, they tell people about the shit they see. Like, oh, I see on the news today, like 10 people were killed, blah blah blah. I want somebody to walk away and say, oh, this stranger stopped this kid from getting abducted, or um, you know, this this young kid, um, you know, helped this lady across the road. I don't care what it is, as long as it's good or anything. I mean, just anything at all. Like, just find good shit to talk about. Because if you talk about bad shit, then bad shit's gonna be what you're talking about. If you talk about good things, then you're spreading that good thing. I don't know. It is what it is. But I mean, I don't know. The world is already a shitty place, and I don't want to make it shittier. And everybody should just have that thought in their head. But anyway, I feel like I'm rambling forever. Probably gonna get off. But on a good note, is everybody, do me a favor. If everybody wants to do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Tomorrow, you probably already are, doing good shit, but go your way to do something nice. If you don't normally do that, tomorrow go do one thing nice. That shit's addictive. Yeah. I still, you know what? Um, Virgo, to be honest with you, I go out, like the other day I was driving, and like I said, there was a tree across the street, and it's like blood red leaves on it. Not blood, I don't even know what it sounds like morbid when I say blood. But it's really bright red. And you know what I mean? Like I couldn't get over the fact that there's so much beautiful shit going on. There's so much beautiful. Like, if you take the time and just look around, like, you know what I mean? Like, no matter where you look, you can find good things. You just gotta look at it that way. You gotta look at, I want to see something nice. Sometimes I see something, I'm like, that shit's just beautiful. You know what I mean? Like the other day it was raining, and I remember it was pouring rain, and then as soon as it stopped, it was warm out. So you get that smell where it was almost like the world got, it was a shower for the world, and it was just cool. Like, I don't know, I just like seeing, you gotta pull out the positives. I always try to look at the positive things because there's so many positive things out there. There's just, like I said, I just don't want to be one of those people that point at the negative, because we see it, we all see it. We just don't have to talk about it, and if we don't talk about it, then it's not important. Talk about the talk about the good things that are happening. Like, I mean, that's what it is. If you're looking for the shit, you're gonna find it. If you're looking for the good stuff, you're gonna find it. Just decide what you want to look for. But like I said, if y'all want to do me a favor, go tomorrow and just go out of your way and do one thing. Just find somebody that needs it. Buy the person behind you a coffee. Um, you know, uh, Open the door for somebody. Tell somebody they look good. Even if you don't think they do, just do it. And it'll make you feel better. And it'll make them feel better. You know what I mean? I know, um, it's so simple. And I think that if everybody did that, you know what I mean? Like, someday I hope to have, a whole lot of subscribers, and I want to put that challenge out there. I want, like, you know what I mean? Like, then people that have like a million subscribers, if they said, "Hey, everybody do me one favor tomorrow, go do one nice thing, go out of your way for one time tomorrow." That's a million people. That's a million people that did a million things. That'd be cool. I don't know. It's like the pay it forward things. I love those things. Like, we have them at our coffee shop all the time. Like, you'll go through the thing and they're like, "Oh, the person in front of you pay for your coffee." So I pay for the person behind me's coffee. And then sometimes like, I remember this girl told me, she works at the coffee shop here. She told me one day it was like 300 some people in a row. I'm like, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Or, like I said, you see some guy walking on the street with like 18 bags, and you're walking down the street with nothing in your hand. Go over and give him a hand. You know what I mean? Who cares? Good shit. If you do good things will happen. If everybody does good things, everybody, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't think it's too late. I mean, I don't know. My cousin, he's kind of a glass half empty kind of person, let's say. And, he's always like, tell me all the shit that goes on in the world. Oh, another shooting today. I'm like, dude, if I wanted to find that shit, it ain't that hard. You know what I mean? Why not tell me about the good shit? You know what I mean? Like, oh, 10,000 people died of something today. What about the 10,000 people that were born today? You know what I mean? What about the 10,000 people that got married today? What about the 10,000 people that just bought their first home? What about the 10,000 people that got their first job? That's what I want to talk about. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's a matter of anything. If you go your way to do one nice thing, then it just, you know what I mean? And what if think of it this way. What if you go out and say something nice tomorrow and make somebody's day? What if they were having a really bad day? This is the way I look at it. What if somebody's having a really bad day? Everything's going downhill for them, or they're having a bad week, or they're having a bad year, and you say something that makes their day, you're changing the trajectory of how they think, and that might be the one thing that changes everything for them, or it might just make them happy for 5 minutes. But either way, that's happiness I never had before you did it. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I do every day. I'm gonna keep doing it, and I hope everybody here. I imagine you guys all, do nice things anyway. Everybody seems pretty nice here, but I mean, just go your way and do something. If you don't already do it, do it. Try it. It's a win-win. And like I said, it's the same as lately. I've been trying to change my mindset too, because sometimes, like, I'll be driving, like, some old lady cut you off, and you're like, "You old bat." Like, you don't say it out loud, but you're in your car and you're like, "You old bat," like, get off the road. And then, but what I've been trying to do now lately is I try to think, you know, that's somebody's grandmother, or if some young kid drives by and cuts me off, I'm like, oh. But I've been there. I've probably been that kid that cut somebody off someday. Just like I had this guy tell me this one thing, and I remember it was a few years ago, and it changed my life, and I haven't really been able to look at things the same way since. He told me that when you change the way you look at something, the thing you're looking at changes. You know what I mean? It's all about perspective. And, you can think about, if you look at something in a different way, the thing you're looking at changes. But anyway, I think I'm going to get off. Thanks for listening. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for stopping by. And I'll see you all soon. And thanks, Raina and Mark and Elizabeth, for being my mods. Appreciate it. You guys are the best. All right, guys. Have a good night. Be good. And be good to everybody. Even if you don't like them.